What's up, boxing fans? Millionaire moves like Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, all the greats. Anyway, I want to talk about Bitcoin. Today it just hit me, and I want to be real. By the way, someone called me a grifter in one of my previous videos because I was just talking about my lifestyle. They probably got pissed off because I said how I saved my first $100,000 without selling anything. It's like literally selling courses or anything on YouTube and stuff like that. Don't be a hater. Whoever wrote that, bums like that are just mad because someone like me saved money that they can't even fathom. It's the truth. But anyway, don't hate on me because I did it, all right? And I was just the first. But anyway, it's real and it's all true. I was just trying to give advice, to people how I did it, because I thought it was an impossibility growing up broke. I couldn't believe it. It's not even real. It's still not real to me. But anyway, real talk. I have nothing to hide, nothing to BS about. I'm just talking. And I just got a $1.99 with the app at McDonald's. This is how you save money, right? Caramel coffee. You do it on the East Coast anyway. It's $1.08 with tax. It's beautiful. I want to talk about this real quick. You got to listen to me. You got to feel me on this. I have a thought about Bitcoin because people are always talking about Bitcoin. I meet people that talk about crypto and Bitcoin. Now, your boy here, I'm straight up. I'm being real. I've profited from crypto. Different plays, different cases, and I've developed, and I don't recommend it. I'm not a financial advisor. You got to say these dumb things. I'm just talking about my experiences in life, all right? If you're going to do something dumb with financials and you're going to try to sue me, you're not going to get a dime. I have a great LLC anyway. But anyway, you got to understand, like, what I think. I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I look at boxers, like statistics when they fight, and I do it like a good, I do all the math, and I do it like I look at all their stats and who's gonna win. Crawford's gonna dominate because he is like he's top notch stock versus Canelo, who's just an okay stock, and anyway, I just thought to myself, I was thinking over and over, how do I explain this? Because honestly, I don't talk about what I don't know. I'll tell you, I don't know. Crypto has confused me for years. Although I got in on Doge under a penny with pizza money. Remember, pizza money. And I told people, money you can afford to lose, buy this, because it's going to probably go up. At the time, it was my opinion, and I'm talking about friend circles. There is receipts, however. I do have receipts. That's another story. Because it's stupid when it show. Anyway, I still have another account when it's under a zero. But I did profit greatly from Dogecoin, the rise, because I got in on it early. Before everybody was talking about it. When it got famous and Elon Musk started going on and on about it, I was like, oh boy, here it goes. It's gonna go down. That's what usually happens. So then I want to talk about Bitcoin, my theory on Bitcoin. So you have these greedy billionaires that are now on it, or millionaires, whoever. I don't listen to these people. How are they gonna predict the stock market? Now I want you to know, I am a student now, more than ever, of Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. That strategy I've gained greatly from. It's boring. You hold on to these ETFs, exchange traded funds. Basically, it's like a stock like VOO or SPY. It's S&P 500. You look at the data, it just goes up. You'll see zigzags on the way up. People sell off. They can't hold it for various reasons. A lot of people get scared. They sell it. I went in and bought more on the dips. But anyway, because I'm fortunate enough where I've saved up enough, I've earned the right to do this over the years where I can do that. I can go on and on about this stuff. But this is just a real talk situation. I don't do options. I don't want to know about them. To me, it's like walking into a effing casino and just throwing money away. This is crazy talk. I'm leveraging this stock. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I meet people all the time this week chasing this quantum computing stock's gonna go up. It's like whatever, $5 today, it's gonna be 10 tomorrow. It's exciting. People lose so much money doing this, and people gain a lot of money. I am straight up sticking with what I've been doing over the years, and it keeps growing, it keeps compounding. What does that mean? Like VOO or whatever, you get one of these ETFs, they have a dividend. Let's say one dividend quarterly is like $7. I reinvest it every time. It keeps making money as you sleep. Warren Buffett will tell you, you don't need these so-called gurus. Just listen to Warren Buffett. He told you how he gets rich. These gurus, I listen to them. A lot of them are selling courses. Now, if they're so effing rich, right? Think about this. Just think for a minute. If these people are so rich, And they're going to tell you how to be rich, but you got to buy their $100 course, $200, $300, $400 course. That's where they're making their money. If they're so rich, why do they need you to buy their course? Hello, it's a grift. That's the grift. So I'm not saying names, so I don't have to say allegedly. Anyway, just a lot of that going on. So I want to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin today, it went down to 104 at some point from its high of like 124, let's say. And I noticed the pattern lately, and it's hard to read patterns. I'm not a chartist, although I do look at the charts when it's something like SPY, because you can see the max, you hit max, and over time it's up. You just gain like 10% a year, 14% a year, VU, some of these they're even higher. Anyway, I don't really study that. I just look at the credible companies, and the whole country would collapse. Of course, it's going up, SPY. Over the years, it's going to continue to go up. So if you could grab something like that and invest in it, and you're fortunate enough, you have the patience. It's all about patience, and you hold it. You know, that's just, I'm not telling you what to do. This is what I do. So I'm just saying, Bitcoin to me, it finally hit me what it really is. And you know, I'm trying to understand it, and I'm excited about it. And I was excited about Dogecoin. It's the future of currency, and then you start putting all this talk up nodes, this, that. You'll have listened to some of these so-called alleged stock gurus or whatever, that rich people like that Saylor guy. I get it, allegedly, whatever he's doing. I'm not saying anything bad about him. It's his opinion or whatever. He has tons of money. It's man's greed. I think Bitcoin, I'm just gonna get right down to it in the middle of the video. I come up with an analogy where, I'm not saying I didn't make money off it, and I'm not saying I still don't. I have exposure to it right now, I do. And I've made money off crypto. You gotta understand, I'm not a hater. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it's man's greed. When I say man, humankind, it's a mirror of man's effing greed, because there's really, is there an intrinsic value to it? It's built on just air. I know a lot of people are gonna come up with fancy words and tell me I'm wrong and maybe bash me, but I'm just saying the way I see it. It's like if Mega Millions, all right, let's say Powerball, you know how it gets to a billion sometimes, a billion plus? It's like Powerball. But no one's cashing out at the top. No one's winning the Powerball. Just you got little wins here and there. It would be the people, the whales holding on bigger, but nobody's winning the actual Powerball. So the Powerball is Bitcoin, and that Powerball could be around 40 years from now, and it could be 40 million a coin because of man's effing greed. Because people are so greedy, they want that lotto ticket. But at the same time, that thing can collapse at the same time. If something goes big time wrong, black swan event in the world, where these whales that are holding all the Bitcoin, a lot of the Bitcoin institutions or whoever else, they start selling, goodbye. It's the lotto ticket's going to be it's going to be won. The lotto ticket, the Powerball will be hit, and it's game over. I'm not saying it's going to crash to zero, but it can be really low again. It can go down to 25,000, 10,000. Would I buy it again? Yes. Because I would buy it with money I can afford to lose, as I did initially. So me and my wife were looking at Bitcoin back in a while ago. I think back then she was telling me this, we were talking about this morning. I think it was at 3,000, and then again we revisited at 8,000. We got into Bitcoin, we got lucky, I made some money, and let me tell you, I held some of that Bitcoin through some real volatility, and it trained me with patience. Like, don't even look at it, don't even look at it. So I do have those patience. But again, no one likes losing money. Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, they'll tell you one rule: do not lose money. Don't lose money. Now, I made mistakes. I've lost money. But at the end, overall, with all my investing, I've gained greatly. My loss of money, I had been up over 1,000 easy, it's small, on AMC with a huge profit. But I am into movies. I'm in the movie business. I said to myself, I'm going to hold this because I like movies. It was more emotional. And I know that. And I said, I don't care if it goes down, because it was money I could afford to lose. I had little SPACs, they're garbage space things. I held on. Virgin Galactic, I held on to a little bit of that. But when I say I lost money, it's not big money, it's little money. comparatively to the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands that I made. Little garbage stocks I had. I call it pizza money stocks. Like pizza money, believe it or not, for me, I turned Dogecoin from a pizza money investment to I can buy a Mercedes, brand new, roll it right off the showroom floor, and then still have thousands and thousands left. Real talk. Here I am living below my means. I'm sitting in a 2019 Kia Rio. People judging me. People probably making assumptions about me on a daily basis, because that's how what humans do. They say, well, I'm not judging, meaning they're judging, you know. But I don't care. I don't need to show off to people. I don't need to feel superior to people. I don't need to flex. You know, what is rich anyway these days? What is rich? Rich to me is having your health, having a roof over your head, having a spouse. I don't know if you have kids. I don't have any kids yet. You know, that's someone else's rich, right? I get it. But just have it. I don't ever want to be poor again, where poor meaning I'm living check to check. And I don't know. I remember like being 13, maybe 15 years ago, going out on a date, like I said, right before I met my wife, and like, oh my God, I actually picking her up once. Oh my God, I only have $25 left on my credit card. I got to get gas. How am I going to pay for this dinner? You know, stuff like this. Those days are long gone. Whoa, they're long gone. And knock on wood, it came with discipline, and it came with investing. It came with living below my means and not buying crazy things and buying junk and buying garbage and just thinking differently. But Bitcoin, I just want to make this video about Bitcoin. But Bitcoin, I only can talk about what I know about. Bitcoin's complicated, the blockchain and all that stuff. I'm just boiling it down in my mind what it is right now to me. Like the way I saw Crawford whooping Canelo, no problem. The way I predicted Floyd would win so many fights easily, like when he beat Gaddy. Just numbers and all this stuff going through my head. It's just my weird way of thinking. I don't know if it's like on the spectrum and I don't even know it. I don't know. I think a lot about this stuff. I'm thinking Bitcoin, like I said, it's just built on air and man's greed. It's a mirror of man's greed. People are effing greedy, and it will hold this sucker. You notice where were these big names, these celebrities or these politicians when Bitcoin was $10 for a coin? Where were they even when it was $1,000 a coin? Now all of a sudden they get up to 65, 70,000. They got into it. People are effing greedy. Greed is huge. Never underestimate man's greed. Never underestimate it. So man's greed is a mirror of Bitcoin to me. So they're going to drive it up to infinity if they can, because it's greed. But at the same time, it's built on nothing, and it could just like that disappear. But because man's greed is so never to be underestimated, that's how it got here. That's how it got so high. And I've profited off it, like I said, and I still have exposure to it. So people like myself that's still holding it, even if you have a little and you're investing in it, in Bitcoin or any other coin, you're thinking, okay, because it's the side of me, but it's not too greedy, because I would never put my life savings in it. But I'm just saying, it's like man's greed. I'm betting on it, that it's going to go higher and higher at some point, even on the lows, because it's so volatile, because they're so damn greedy. And it's like a lotto ticket. It's like a Powerball ticket that's going to keep going, because nobody hit it. Nobody hit it yet. Nobody hit it. When I say nobody hit it, in my mind, it's like all the whales aren't cashing out, creating a mass panic, or it's going to drop back down to 20,000, 18, 15,000 and totally crash. Because what is it built on? What's the intrinsic value? What does Warren Buffett tell you? He says it's rat poison. I'm not saying it. I'm not hating on it. Like I said, I benefited from crypto greatly. To me, Bitcoin's attached to Ethereum and attached to Dogecoin because it drove it up. It drove it up. It went up with everything else because it's the first coin. Anyway, that's just the way I'm seeing it. And nobody's gonna probably watch this video, and I don't give a damn. Because you know why? I don't need to do this for a living. I'm not doing this for a living. I don't need to do this for a living. I'm not living check to check where I gotta put up a effing YouTube video and worry about monetize. I don't care. I don't care if it does well, fine, it'll be great. I couldn't believe I had a great month. I got over $200 talking about boxing. To me, that's fun and it's a win. I like that. Of course, I like it. I like money. But, you know, I don't care if anyone watches this video. It would be great if a lot of people did, but most likely they're not. And if you're salty, if you come across this video, you're salty because other people have money, that's a you problem. If you're salty because other people save and live below their means, and you get insecure and you get weirded out because you start to look at yourself as some type of reflection of yourself, well, maybe you need to change your spending habits and stop ordering expensive food at restaurants and going out with your people and spending all this money and driving around in a car, spending a car payment that you can't even afford. I see people every day driving cars. I know people, they're driving nicer cars than me and they have no money. It's crazy to me. People in my family driving a nicer car than me, high insurance on a sports car. Oh my God, I'm like, how much is your insurance? What? That's like 4 times as much as me. You got a nice sports car and a car payment is like burning money. Oh my God, OMG. Because they got a high interest car. It's like taking a flame. Well, my car payment is let's just say $350 this month. Not even insurance, $350 this month. But actually $150 of that 350, half of it, or whatever, almost half of it is going towards the interest rate on the car. Oh my goodness. And it's not even like a property. I can see if it's a mortgage. It's something you own, it appreciates over time, appreciates. Or maybe you own a condo, appreciates. A co-op, most likely it will appreciate. Meaning it goes up in value over time and you're paying a mortgage. So you're getting, it's an investment. Some people might want to argue on that, how that's a bad idea. But I'm just saying, a car depreciates, it goes down in value, it goes down. It's a waste of effing money. So you can feel better about yourself. I'm talking to people who can't afford it. And you're around there chilling, riding around. Look at me, I'm the business. Look at me. I got my Porsche. I got a Porsche. Oh, I got a Jaguar. I got a Mercedes. I got a BMW. Oh, I want to go home. I'm going to order DoorDash, Uber Eats. Feeling real good. I know somebody that does this in a Section 8 apartment. Section 8. I tried to help this person, give them advice. They're ordering Uber Eats. They're eating shrimps. They're spending tons of money on everything. New iPhone, better iPhone than me. I got cracks. I got a 2020 basic iPhone. I'm just saying, this is an insane way to live because you're going to be imprisoned, meaning you're going to just have no freedom. You think it's financial freedom and it's not financial freedom. You're going to be trapped. Then other people will say, well, maybe you're trapped because you're living below your means, but that's not true. I'm talking about going to Hawaii. I'm thinking I never went to Hawaii. I'm like, hey, we get a good deal on a round trip ticket. We can afford this. I live life. I go to Europe. I still do all these things while living way below my means. Every cent is accounted for, budgeted. Anyway, that's just me. If you're mad, who cares? I'm not mad. Are you mad? I'll be back. I got to talk about some boxing. Now let me drink my 99-cent coffee, which honestly, arguably, I didn't even need this. Kind of a waste of money. But I'm out today. I'm going to go meet a friend. And when I go meet the friend, I'm not going to spend much money. In fact, I'm going to try to talk them, instead of going to Starbucks, to go back to McDonald's so I could use the app and get another 99-cent coffee instead of spending $7 on a Starbucks coffee. Really, this is how I'm rolling. That's just life. That's me. All right, I'm out.